Perfect. Well, we need to push it forward.
What's going on, Ronnie? Huh?
What are you making a video? So okay, so that I was like this. Warm it up. Warm it up. Warm it up. 10,000 taste buds. 10,000 taste buds. Pure vanilla. It's a 10.
So the Dirty Cummins is going to a new home. It's going out to pasture. Going winter, I've still been working on a lot of projects and things that I needed to get done that I didn't get done during the summer. The snow's starting to melt now, but during Christmas, I went back to Colorado. While I was there, I hydro dipped my intake manifold that I picked up off of LS1 Tech. And it's a LSXR FAST 102 mil intake to match that 102 mil throttle body I had. So I traded the ProFlow for a Blazer because I didn't need it. It wouldn't fit my throttle body, so I got rid of that thing. It wouldn't clear my hood, and then now I have. Okay, so here's the new intake manifold. I hydro dipped it. Most people might not like it because it's an anime girl. I really like how it came out. First time that I hydro dipped anything, base was white. Hydro dipped the pattern that I had custom made in the UK. Then I did 2 coats of Sherwin-Williams flexible clear. So this is the LSXR intake manifold, bolts right up to my 102 millimeter throttle body. So now, and I replaced all the gaskets and everything. I have the fast fuel rails. I still need to buy injectors. And then, let's see. And then another thing I'm going to do is getting the Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm getting the Megasquirt MS3 Pro. I already talked to them. I'm going to wait for my injectors. I'm going to get all my fuel system and stuff buttoned up and ready to go before I order the ECU and then the wiring harness. It'll just be it'll come as just a main harness. I'll have to pin everything out and wire it. And get a 3-bar map sensor because the map sensor that I had off my LS1 was the one for the stock intake, which you have to put on the back of this manifold, which I don't want to do since it has the bolt-on spot right in the front. So I'm gonna bolt my map sensor right there. I might pick up a supercharger for this. I have a friend that has a shop. He did a dealer he had to put an engine in a truck that has supercharger. It's a 6-liter. Long story short was so I might be picking up a supercharger for this, even though I have the whole set. Long story short is my friend had a truck come in from a dealership. He owns a shop. The supercharger, they put it on, it blew the engine up. It's a 6-liter Chevy, and I could run it with truck accessories, but I'm probably just going to use the head unit. It comes with an ECU and all this other crap that I don't need, so I'm just going to end up just using the head unit, the supercharger itself, and go from there, which I think will do very well. It'll be mounted here. I'm gonna probably most likely get rid of this power steering pump because I'm gonna run an electric one. Don't need that. so that'll free up some room to place a supercharger. But it's still I still need to go look at it to see the condition in it, because it sounds like the truck was raked pretty hard while the guy had his, like, a second engine that he had in it. So other than that, the car's almost ready to go. The LS just needs injectors and the fuel system set up, and little odds and ends, radiator hoses. The drivetrain is pretty much done. That carbon fiber drive shaft and the cause two-way. I'll have to put the windshield back in, the new windshield that I pulled out of that parts hatch that's leaning up against the wall over there. And yeah, finish running my oil cooler lines. I may have to pull this engine out of the car once more. And then I could take her for the first rip, hopefully pretty soon. I'm kind of getting anxious. I got my manifold all together. That was kind of a headache. The guy that I got it from, I thought it was just a black manifold, one of the black fasts, but it was actually, he got it and he spray painted it with some spray paint, which wasn't that great, because yeah, I had to strip all that off before I could even paint it, the base coat, and then that took probably a good 4 hours to do, to get all that stuff using some lacquer thinner, so because I can't use paint stripper on a plastic intake manifold. And got all the old paint off, scuffed it, and then I started it. I'll show, like, the dipping process. I have a little short video my friend took. It took me probably a good 5 hours. I used a guy that I know's hydro dipping stuff, which was super dirty, so I had to spend a good 4 or 5 hours cleaning that tank, and then everything went smooth. Yeah, I dipped it, painted it, and I'm probably going to do the valve covers. I'm having the same guy that made me the film for the manifold. He's going to make me. Well, I'm going to get a different set of valve covers, because I'm not going to mount the coil packs that I have. Those MSD ones, they're going to be mounted lower. And then I'm going to do cherry blossom cheese for the valve covers. So yeah, that hydro film should be here pretty quick. If you guys need any hydro film made, any custom film, if you have a picture you want, I know most places quote like $8,000 to have like 250 yards of it made. I could have a guy that does it, and it's like $100 for 4 large sheets of it. So he says it's like 10 square feet, but I don't think it's 10 square feet. It seemed like it was less, but even though it was totally worth it, because I really didn't like most of the patterns that were out there, the skulls and the flames and all that stuff is just kind of generic. So I just kind of wanted to do this and get it done, and now it's done. So now I need to get this car finished and driving, and do some more updates with the LS240 coupe. Here's the blazer that I traded for that intake manifold, that Edelbrock ProFlow. It's not too bad. I kind of cleaned it up a little bit. It runs pretty decently, so I've been driving it to work and everything. And yeah, so it wasn't too bad of a trade. Now I'm gonna probably just get rid of it. I don't need a blazer, and yeah, I kind of cleaned everything up. Everything was pretty nasty. The interior is pretty nasty. I just took it to the car wash and did the old get the high pressure wash the inside of the interior. I probably should have done a video of that. It's pretty interesting. I've never done it before, but the seats came out tits, and the carpet came out nice after I vacuumed it and everything. we'll see how like icy the windows are in the morning, because it's all gonna steam up the inside of the car, and it's gonna be cold tonight. So we'll see. To Home Depot today, and they have these nice new LED lights. So I put these LED lights in my garage, which I'm not even supposed to have. And fuck, I'm gonna get another 2 of them, because these things are like, each one is like 3,600 lumens or something. And they light this thing up. If I had another 2 of them in here, like, this is great. So now I could do like some extracurricular activities, because I need to put an engine in this BMW right here and get it running, so I could drive it around or sell it or do whatever I want with it. Yeah, so these things are like, I think they're like $50 a piece, $53 a piece, and they're definitely worth it. I had to get another one because one of them was smashed, so I kept the LED strips. So that's what they look like. They have a ballast and everything, but yeah, man, these are like the way to go if you have a garage or something. I was even thinking about using them in a paint booth, because if you had like 6 of them, you know how they have the fluorescent tubes. These are much brighter than the fluorescent tubes, because it almost lights this whole garage up. I really like these lights. Maybe I can get some more stuff done, that I have some lights and I can actually work on stuff at night. Now I need to make sure it's none of this light's leaking out into the outside, so, because I'm sure somebody would complain if I have lights and they don't. So I'm gonna make sure later to see. So I got these LED lights from Home Depot. They're like $53 a piece. They're around like, where are they? Here's the box. LED, 4 foot, and they're let's see, they're like 4K or something. So these things are like, look at it. So they're 4K, bright white, 3,600 lumens. So yeah, you can tell that there's 2 of them in this garage, and they really light it up nice. I'm probably gonna get 2 more, stick another one over there, the other angled the other way, and another one on the wall like that. So I have some light, which will let me get some more stuff done now that I can actually work on stuff at night with the door closed, and I don't have everybody peeping my operation over here, because that's not fun when you have somebody checking your shit out like every 5 seconds. So